Find the derivative of f of x equals the secant of 5x squared plus 2 times the tangent of 5x squared plus 2. So f of x here is the product of two functions. We have the secant with phase 5x squared plus 2, and the tangent with the same phase of 5x squared plus 2. Since we have the product, the overall derivative will involve the product rule. So the derivative f prime of x will be the derivative of the first, the secant. Derivative of secant is secant tangent. We leave the phase the same and alone for now. So secant times tangent for the derivative of secant. And now we multiply by the derivative of the inside. The derivative of 5x squared will be 10x. The derivative of the 2 will be a 0. All of that is just the derivative of the first in the product rule times the second left alone tangent of 5x squared plus 2. And then we have added to this the first left alone, which is the secant of 5x squared plus 2, times the derivative of the second. Now the second's a tangent, and the derivative of tangent is secant squared of the same phase, leave the phase alone, and now multiply by the derivative of the inside to complete the chain rule for that term. So our derivative f prime of x will be, the first thing I'm going to do is move the 10x to the front of this first term, so I will have a 10x. I have a single secant, but I have 1, 2 tangents, so it'll be a secant and then a tangent squared. Secant of 5x squared plus 2, and tangent squared of 5x squared plus 2. Plus, now with the second term, I'm going to again move the 10x to the front of it, meaning we do have a common factor of 10x. And I have a secant to the first power and a secant to the second power. You add the powers. 1 plus 2 is 3. So secant cubed of 5x squared plus 2. Now we can start our factoring process here. And we'll start with factoring out the 10x. So f prime of x equals the 10x, and we'll have a secant of 5x squared plus 2 times the tangent squared of 5x squared plus 2, plus I took out the 10x, so secant cubed of 5x squared plus 2. The next step is to factor out any like powers of trig functions, and what I have is a secant to the first power and a secant to the third power. I can take out the lower power, which is the first power. Now if I take out a first power, it will be 10x secant to the first power of 5x squared plus 2. And inside here, we're going to remove the first power, so one of those, and we'll remove one of these, which will make that a 2. There's what we should have left. It looks like we will have tan squared of 5x squared plus 2 plus secant squared of 5x squared plus 2. And there's our factored and simplified version of the derivative f prime of x.